Hello, welcome to Winter Disco Tabletop Gaming. It's another pre-order video. So it's the 29th of May, 2021. We got a bunch of stuff coming out. A whole bunch of Age of Sigmar stuff, as to be expected at the moment, because we do have 3rd edition being essentially announced already, and the new Dominion box being shown off in a matter of hours, actually. Maybe it's already out by the time this video is out, who knows? So let's just jump into it straight away. The biggest one released, of course, is Cragnos. So we've got the Broken Realms book and also the model. We'll have a look at the model in a second. Heads up, I'm showing the prices in Australian on the main screen, but down the bottom, you'll see it'll be US, and I thought I'd try EU this one. Yeah, we'll try the Euro. Who knows? So, Broken Realms Cragnos. My understanding is this is the last one in the series, which is kind of cool. I'm loving how we don't have a new faction, but we do have a new big character. And when I say big, I mean big. Seriously, his model is huge. But we do have Broken Realms Cragnos. So the story itself, what do we get in? It's 136 pages. We've got the story of Alarielle's Rite of Life, how it awoke a forgotten god, and the epic siege of Excelsis. Very interesting there. I do love Age of Sigmar lore. It feels much more vibrant than what they can do in 40k. 40k is very much established. They can't do too much outside of the norm, but in Age of Sigmar, there's no rules really. Yeah. What else do we get in the book? War scrolls for host of new gods, so Kragnos, the twin aspects of Slaanesh newborn, Warsong Revenants, and the witch hunters Galen and Doraleous van Denst, and we'll check out the models when they come up. So now we have new rules for Gloomspite kits, which is pretty cool. Even more rules content for Cities of Sigmar, Skaven, Beasts of Chaos, Sylvaneth, which is really nice. Updated war scrolls for Alarielle and Lord Kroak. We get a model for him as well. And then battle plans and Realms of Battle and Streets of Depth, rules depicting the locations from the story. Very cool. So as you can see, $70 Australian. We've already had the prices for everywhere else. As usual, we do get a special edition, which is the same, just a better cover, in my opinion. I love this cover series that they're doing just of the faces. It does have like the gold trim and what have we got, some more embossing and a little bookmark there, but again, exactly the same. So we'll move on to the next one. So here we go. Cragnos, the End of Empires. Oh boy, he's a big one. He is huge. He's basically at the scale of the Gargants. If we go back to this page here, we can see that's one of the new Mega Gargants. Yeah, he's a bit bigger, which is why the price is somewhat hefty, $265 in Australia and other locations. It has been shown already. Yeah, I mean, to get new scale, and I'll talk about this every time I look at the model, that's a little skull right there. Might get a little closer there. Yeah, that's a little skull. So, you know, it's even better. We even have on the back side of it some full skeletons. So you get an idea of this model is flippin' huge. A cheeky 2 faces. Okay, interesting. Don't think it's necessary, but it is what it is. Again, just to the scale of things, we got some, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but you know, just the scale is huge. Okay, there we go. That, I don't think you can even see that on screen at the moment. Let's move that down so we can actually get it in all of its glory. It is huge. You know, and you know, orcs, whatever you want to call them, they are bigger than humans. So even a human would be up kind of about that scale there. So this model is, even without the giant base. And of course, we all know commander models and elite models or character models, they all have to stand on a rock. And I think this might be the biggest rock that they've got so far. So pretty big. Even the base itself takes up half a sprue. So, you know, whole bunch of pieces. Yeah, $265 for that model. He's a big boy. Also, speaking of big boys, we got the new Lord Kroak model. So 190 Australian, other prices on screen, obviously. Yeah, I mean, I've talked about this model a few times since they announced it. I mean, they said it was up for pre-order. You know, I do like the model, don't get me wrong, but from a design perspective, I think it's extremely busy. It's really difficult to see what's actually in the center of this model. That's my own personal opinion, my own personal perspective on it, but I do love the design overall. You get the impression that these stone rings are rotating around, like this one's rotating that way. Yeah, I like it. It's just very busy in the middle. I feel like there should be, I don't know, some space behind Kroak himself. Again, personal opinion. Let me know in the comments what you think. Got some more shots here. Very, like, just really intricate, cool designs. I love how they're able to do this. And you've probably noticed recently that Age of Sigmar and 40k to a degree, not so much, they're going for big models. Just giant models like this. You know, huge centerpiece models. They've done a lot of that with Necrons in 40k. Not so much for any other system at the moment, but any other army, I should say. But yeah, definitely they love it in Age of Sigmar. That sort of fits with it. I love the stone things. Just super cool, super detailed. Just throw some washers on there, it's going to be fine. Surprisingly, this comes in 3 sprues, but it is a lot less than Cragnos. Interesting. Yeah, the pricing. You know, it is what it is. All right, moving on. Galen and Doraleous van Denst. Smaller models. They're cute in comparison to the other ones. Yeah. I think these are cool models. I want to get them. I love their cloak designs at the moment. They're really, just the model designers at the moment, they're just being able to push what they can do. Oh, so good. And then we have Doralia. Oops, make you a bit bigger. Madam. Yeah. Again, cool models, just cool models. Good for conversion to 40k because it kind of works. Yeah, there we go. Nothing else to say about them. I like how the backpacks are separate and the weapons are somewhat separate and do some cool stuff without using them in different systems. For like 40k. Okay, then we got Dexcessa, the talent of Slaanesh. And this is also in the other version, which I don't remember at the moment. But this model is pretty stunning. That like peacock cloak, it's part of its skin, like the big peacock feathers, tail. Yeah, a lot of detail. I think this is the better version, to be honest. Looks more like a fish, one of those like starfish, I don't know, fighter fish. So the Dexcessa is the main version. Lots of detail in there and weirdly sexual because it's Slaanesh. Odd. Another close-up of creepy face, gross. 4 arms, bunch of talons. Reminds me very much of a Final Fantasy final boss. And that's a scale, like pretty big scale. Pretty big, pretty big. And sprues here. Whole bunch of cloaks. Like, it's mostly cloaks and the peacock feathers and these little things here. I love these attachments. Like, I think getting that, just this sprue, you can really dress up some other things. So the other version is Dexcessa and, oh no, it's just Dexcessa. Ah, there we go. Slaanesh. So it can be alternatively built as Slaanesh. They're just advertising it as Dexcessa. So for all you Slaaneshes out there, then we have Melusai Ironscale for the Daughters of Kane. As soon as I saw this model, I'm like, this is a really cool model. And this was a model that was shown off a fair while ago. I think at one of the Lords of the Realms preview. Yeah, just a really solid model. Very, what am I thinking here? A good silhouette, even on the side here. Even though it's a little busy at the bottom, you still can tell that it is somewhat of a snake. And I think as soon as the original silhouette was released as a teaser, we kind of knew what it was going to be because it was such a strong silhouette. You could easily identify what faction it belonged to, which is cool. I'm all for that. And cool staff as well. Again, lots of detail, like a lot of pieces just to get the body together, but that staff as well. I love how weapons are mostly separate. The heads are separate. I like sprues that have bits that you can use. That's what I like. Onto the Warsong Revenant. This is also a bigger model. I'm not a huge fan of this model. I find it extremely interesting. I never realized it was a long base. I thought it was a round base. Interesting. I don't particularly like the long bases. Something about them, unless the model should be long. And this model doesn't have to be long. It could have been, you could have put this on like a smaller base. Have the cloak fall down a bit more. Again, personal opinion. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I like that Sylvaneth do get some new models. I'm all for new models coming out. Like the base itself takes up a lot of the sprues. Yeah, that's really odd. So it's mostly base. Yeah, all of that whole base is like, would equate to almost 1.5 sprues. How odd. Now, we've also got 4 new army boxes. I do have a few notes to go over. I will do a video about the price breakdowns because a lot of people have really liked those ones for the last 2 ones that we've done. But in this box, you get 1 Great British Shaman, 6 Bulgors, and 1 Gorgon, which you can build as a Cygor, so the big boy right there. So we've got the Bray Shaman there, which I really like the Bray Shaman model. Let's get a look at that. Something about it, something about this model. I don't know. The Beastmen models, something about the Beastmen models just kind of does it for me. I don't know why. I love all the skulls and everything everywhere. It's Warhammer. Gotta have skulls. And then we got the Bulgors. So there you go. We'll go through rounds quickly. So they're all going to be around generally different prices, but you're going to get a whole bunch of models. Secondly, we have Luxian and Vraskar, the Exquisite Pursuit. So in this one, if I bring up my notes, we have Contorted Epitome, 3 Fiends of Slaanesh, and 5 Seekers of Slaanesh. So the riders are the Seekers, obviously, 3 Fiends, and then the Contorted Epitome, which is an odd thing. It's like a unit, but it's also not. It's a really cool model. Yeah, weird and creepy, and Slaanesh, just, gross. So we got a close up of that. Yeah, Slaanesh is just gross. We know Slaanesh is gross. Ugh. So there you go. That's another box there. Then we also have Rattack's Doom Coven. We bring up the notes for that one. We have a Warlock Bombardier, 3 Storm Fiends, and a Warp Lightning Cannon. You know what? I don't particularly like the Skaven faction. I think it's really odd and doesn't so much fit in Age of Sigmar. It did a little bit in Warhammer Fantasy Battles, but in the new one, not so much. But I want them to get a redesign. I think they deserve a bit of a redesign, just a little bit, just to sort of update them, to get them in line with the rest of the aesthetic. But maybe they will, maybe they won't. Who knows? So there you go. Not much more to say on that. I'm just going to run through these ones so you can get some. I haven't been showing off the boxes either, so yeah. Then we've got Drycha Hammerdreth. This is the Spite Grove. So in this one, we have Drycha Hammerdreth and 10 Spite Revenants. And they can also be assembled as Tree Revenants. So you can go 5/5 if you want. I can't remember how the units actually have to work out to be like their actual minimum size. Okay, the honeycomb thing always freaks me out. I have that like tryptophobia or whatever it's called. A little bit of that, not too much, but it does make me very uncomfortable. I don't mind these models, but there you go. What more can you say about that? We've got some new army boxes, and like I said, I will do a breakdown video probably over the next few days. I might try and actually get it out tonight because we've got lots of Age of Sigmar Dominion stuff to cover tomorrow morning. Now let's move on to 40k. We have the chapter approved Grand Tournament 2021 mission pack and the Munitorum Field Manual 2021 Mark II. I'm happy that these are actually coming together in the same pack. It is expensive for 2 little books when one is like ring bound and the other is just looks to be stapled. It is what it is. Oh, and it's not stapled, it's a thicker book, but you know, it's a mission pack and updated points. It's a little bit expensive for my tastes. But if you are doing serious tournaments and things like that, you'll probably have to pick it up because you want to get all the prices, all the points, and the points for I think the Grey Knights and Thousand Suns are incorrect in the book because those codexes are meant to come out before this book. So yeah. Time is weird at the moment. Things are getting delayed. It's just the nature of life. So let's get on to some books. We've got Ghazghkull Thrakkar, Prophet of the War, $90 limited edition book. That I love that kind of font working there. All the spacing, and yeah, it's my kind of thing. I'd use it a little bit on the channel, not as much as I like. And the color of the pages, amazing. The fact that Ghazghkull Thracker and his symbol is printed on the page edges, I think that's beautiful. I want to see more of that. Yeah. Does it come in? I don't think it comes in a box. I thought it did, but I don't think it does. So you can pick that one up. And then we've got the Realm Lords paperback book for $20 Australian. That's come out now on pre-order. And then we've got the 6th omnibus for Gotrek and Felix. Classic Warhammer characters. And we do have issue 5 of Marnius Calgar. Looks like he's about to take on some, are they orcs at the bottom? But it looks more like a Khorne Berserker at the top. Possibly, who knows? So there we go. And before I wrap up this video, if you do want to get these at less than Games Workshop prices, they're the prices that we show in these videos, you can go to your local game store, and if you are in the EU or UK, you can pick them up from Element Games. There is a link in the description. This is an affiliate program that I'm part of with them, so I get a little bit of a commission if you buy there. And thank you for all the people that do use that link and buy through Element Games, because it definitely helps out the channel and it allows me to buy more models and pay for things for the channel. It's great. It's good for you. It's good for me. All right, we'll wrap this video up. I'm out of here. If you have got this far, thank you for watching. Hit that like button and the subscribe button for all new content, and probably every few days. Sometimes more than one a day. Who knows? The schedule's all up in the air at the moment. Life is a little bit crazy. So that's it. I'm out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.